Scorpio, this is your July love relationship reading, and it's for people who are newly involved, newly dating, or your relationship is not yet on firm footing. Now, in the recent past, you have Trapped and Knight of Pentacles. So it could be that maybe your income is a factor. Maybe you're not telling your partner exactly what your income is, or your partner is quiet about their level of financial stability. It could be that you're more focused on some kind of creative project that you expect to get a big payoff from. And that may be most of your focus or your partner's. You could also have some kind of positive inner transformation taking place where you're slowly growing and developing as an individual, or your partner is. But in some cases, there's a sense of being confined, being trapped. Maybe you or your partner need greater freedom, or perhaps you find yourself in a confining situation where you can't really share or express or make the most of your best self for whatever reason. Now, perhaps there are issues of loyalty and devotion. You haven't told someone that you're loyal or that you're devoted, or you haven't received that. Or there could be some kind of secret love affair that needs to be kept under wraps, or perhaps somebody just needs to put a cork in a situation. So there's a feeling of being trapped, or there was, connected to maybe, and maybe that's why developments are moving slowly. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck. So things are, moving at a snail's pace, and it may be that you feel trapped by that, or there's a reason why things are moving so slowly, because either you or your partner is not in a position to move more quickly. Now, presently, you have opportunity and Four of Cups. So you may be dissatisfied with some opportunity that is presenting, or your partner may be dissatisfied with what you're offering. There's a need to reevaluate a situation because of some kind of discontent. And so either of you may have decided to withdraw, or there's some social isolation. You're turning inward right now, and maybe you're lost in your own thoughts. Perhaps there's an opportunity, but you're not really sure that you want it. It doesn't live up to your expectation. There's an empty feeling. Something is missing, or there's a lack of motivation. Now, this is an opportunity that you could take advantage of, and it may very well create some beneficial changes. The caveat is that you have to take the initiative. You have to open that door. Now, maybe you're depressed, and again, there's a lack of motivation to even get up and get involved. It could be that you don't like what that opportunity entails, or the energy required of you. For some of you, maybe, you have decided you want to stop drinking, or there's an opportunity to get on healthier ground. Maybe there's too much indulgence, or maybe you were asked to go out and you regret you missed an opportunity. You were so caught up in your own thing, or what you were doing, your own concerns, that you actually missed an opportunity, or you just don't notice that it's there. Somebody is trying to get your attention, but you don't pay attention. Or this could be vice versa. But this says that you need to take a leap of faith. You're about to. Perhaps you're thinking about how you can create that opportunity to open the door. You're going to have to take a leap of faith in yourself, in another person, a situation, or all of that, because something is going to trigger your awareness of either anxiety or self-satisfaction. Now, you may have so much. Your life may be so full that you've decided you don't want this opportunity, or your partner isn't interested in it. So there are going to be a number of things that crop up during this period that have material and emotional aspects to them. You're more aware right now of both possibilities and pitfalls. So you see the good in a situation, but you also see the potential for negative things that perhaps your partner hasn't considered, or your partner is seeing the big picture and deciding, that's an opportunity and there is some benefit, but down the road, it may not be what I want. Having that foresight allows either of you to diffuse some potential problems and to plan ahead. So this opportunity all depends on where you are, as far as self-satisfaction. If you are feeling good about the relationship, about your material security, about your work, your environment, you're going to have a number of opportunities that crop up, and you can take them at will should you so choose. So your emotional satisfaction is a factor in opportunity right now. But for others of you, you're taking some time out to really go over a situation, to think about it, to think about what your next step is. You want to have something to look forward to, and perhaps there's an opportunity that's coming in the offing. So you may need to let down your wall to open up to new opportunities. You may feel a sense of restlessness about trying to get something going. And if there's a problem in your relationship or trying to create the romance that you seek, it may be difficult for you to relax, to follow advice, or to do anything until you actually get something resolved first. So you may be working on a part of your life that you feel needs a solution before you move on to this opportunity, or that may be the case for someone you're involved with. Now, this does say there's the potential that either of you may be in denial or taking too much for granted, refusing to believe that a situation has changed, or refusing to accept that it's already changed. So you may be closing off. Something is being offered, and maybe there's a truth in that, a reality that you don't want to face. And you're like, nope, I'm not going to accept that. No, it can't possibly be that. So you could be doing that, or your partner. In the positive, this is taking a time out to think about whether you want to open the door to an opportunity for beneficial change. You can if you like. Now, in the near future, you have Birth and Page of Cups. So for some of you, maybe, you're thinking about your income level. There's an opportunity here, but do you want to take advantage of it? And it may tie to how you feel about having a child, or starting something new, or some concerns connected to your child. So there's some new feelings here. Maybe you felt one way previously, but now you're starting to reconsider some things. You see the good points as well as the negative, and you're having to carefully consider whether maybe you want to have a baby, or what the future looks like for a child, or some concerns centering on your child. Or it could be new feelings, the birth of something. This may be a project that you're working on, and maybe the choice is, if I take this project, it's going to take time away from this person that I care about. Or I have considerations connected to children if I get involved with someone. Or, do I want to start anything new? Maybe I'm missing opportunities because I need to get out there and connect. So you have feelings that are changing for the positive or for the negative toward starting something new, giving birth to something, whatever that may be. Now, the archetype that will be playing out throughout your relationship, this could be the role that you're taking on, that your partner is taking on, or it could be, back and forth, but you'll either be operating in the light or the shadow. And that role is networker. So again, maybe this is about your income. It's about how perhaps you've been held back. Do you want to take an opportunity to do something new? Maybe there's something you want to do. It's going to cost, and perhaps that opportunity has an impact on a child. Or maybe, you're trying to consider whether you want to start a new relationship or go in a new direction. There are consequences that you're considering. Maybe, something is moving slowly. Maybe you want to do something new, or you want to have a child, and yet you can't seem to really get the momentum needed. Now, Networker in the Light enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. So there's an opportunity perhaps to network, and maybe it ties to a chance to make some more money, but what influence will that have on your emotional connections, your intimate relationships, the opportunities connected to your children? In the shadow, you have conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. So in some cases, there may be dissatisfaction. Maybe somebody does need to put a cork in it. The Knight of Pentacles can be, wants to be an advocate, but maybe doesn't come up with all the information necessary. This could be somebody that's been dishonest in their, particularly with regard to money, dishonest financial transactions. It could be somebody irresponsible, somebody that gets you involved in their bad decisions or their bad debts, or because they're hasty, they make mistakes. Or it could be somebody that is selfish, or just somebody uninspired. Maybe somebody that's refusing to do the work, whatever that work is. Now, what could your partner be feeling that you may be unaware of? It was love at first sight. Okay, so that's extremely positive. Maybe someone hasn't been forthcoming quite yet, the depth of their feelings. And maybe they feel dissatisfied. There hasn't been the opportunity that they want, or they're figuring out how to create that opportunity because they have these feelings of love, these emotional feelings. And maybe this is the stirring of those feelings. It's the birth of them, something new, or with regard to a child. And maybe, many times when you have a child, it is love at first sight. So perhaps some issue connected to whether you want to have children or whether you have found your ideal partner, and information connected to starting something new, how that may impact the relationship and the potential. Now, the lesson is, I am loved. Well, that's beautiful. So, that's something to remember. Maybe you need to consider out there, and maybe not seek so much out there, because you may very well have what you need right in your midst. You are dearly loved. And the advice is, start over. So if you've had any kind of dissatisfaction about a situation, it may be time to go back to the drawing board. Start from square one. Maybe there was a connection where there was love at first sight, but you missed that opportunity and you regret it, and you feel like you want to start again. You want to start something new. Or perhaps because you're expecting a child, or you want to have a child, you're trying to come up with new opportunities to increase your income, your stability, the future. Or maybe it's just about a relationship. So your advice is to start over, do something again. In fact, the underlying energy is Divine Time, Page of Wands. So there's something exciting, some kind of news. But whatever this is requires an immediate decision. It's like the circumstances have changed, and now you've got to decide what you want to do. And in fact, the universe is now orchestrating a situation that's going to give you maximum experience. And it means that you have to trust that things are playing out, that situations are unfolding exactly as they should in the time frame that they should. So if you want to start something new and there hasn't been an opportunity and you feel held back because things are moving slowly, just know that that is indeed part of the plan, and it serves a purpose, and it's for your highest good. But it may be time to act. Good timing is important about taking action. And you may be very excited, very enthusiastic about your ambitions, your goals. There are going to be a lot of exciting opportunities in the offing, and you need to discern which ones are good for you and which ones are good for your relationship and which ones you may need to pass. It's also about not, flitting to every shiny thing that appears. You have to be grounded enough to create whatever it is that you want. So you may feel like you want to do something, it's moving in a particular direction, you're settling down, and then all of a sudden, you or your partner are like, but hey, let's move in this direction. And if you do that too many times, you really don't end up with anything solid. So those are some considerations for you during the month of July.